Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I want to talk about a few champions that pair really well together when it comes to dealing with the Hydra clan boss. This is kind of like, the most endgame thing, I guess, apart from the Cursed City, that most people usually try to improve and try to get better and better at because of the fact that, we have the Hydra Clash, and the rewards from the Hydra Clash are pretty juicy. So what I'm going to talk about is going to be, I guess, some more relatable ones, maybe some not as relatable, but I'm not going to talk about stuff like Taras Marichka, and only Void Legendaries or Extreme Mythic Champions. Just, if I'm going to mention Mythic ones, I'm just going to mention ones that are free to obtain, like Lady Mikage. So there might be a lot that I'm missing out, but I just came up with like 10 that, most people maybe should have if you've been playing for at least 6 months or up to a year. And these are extremely useful because of the way their kits synergize and the thing that they bring for your Hydra team. So I guess let's start with number 1. And this one I like really, I like a lot because it's using a previous fusion, Estrid Dream Song. Okay, she pairs really well because of what she brings and what somebody else complements, and that is Ugo. Okay, so what she brings for the team is the increased speed, increased attack plus turn meter boost. Then she brings the AoE decreased speed and also the weaken. And then the A1 is not too special. She also brings some healing on the passive, and this is the speed lead in arena, so this does not help. So if we're at a quick look, we're pretty much, you're looking, okay, we're missing a decreased defense that we can bring, and that's where Ugo comes in, the arguably the best epic when it comes to Hydra, and that's where Ugo complements her by bringing the decreased defense and the block buffs on an AoE on the A2, plus she also heals and has a chance to remove one debuff. So, if you don't have a perfect option for the Head of Mischief, Ugo could be the one that cleanses that, and also she brings the leech on the A1, which this is not, this is not the most exciting thing, but still, it's this A2 that it's all about, and that complements Estrid really well. Now, the next one that I want to talk about are going to be 2 free-to-obtain legendaries that everybody is going to get eventually, and those are going to be the 2 Void Legendaries from the Dark Elf. So first one's going to be V6. Okay, she brings an AoE decreased speed with ally protection and also an AoE provoke, which makes it amazing for the Head of Decay. And increased speed and decreased speed are extremely important for Hydra because you want it to go as little as possible and you want to go as often as possible. So V6 brings us the AoE decreased speed and AoE provoke, while Lydia brings us the AoE decreased defense, weaken, but she also brings that increased speed and strength. And so this A2 is just so powerful for most areas of the game, but especially for Hydra because, like I said, she brings the increased speed, V6 brings the decreased speed, the debuffs that make us do more damage, survivability from the strengthen, the ally protection from V6 is just a killer combo that most people should be using if you have them both and you have a lot better options. Now, if you go to number 3, this one's a little bit of a more variety one, but we're going to talk about the only mythic champion that I have on this list because this is the one that's kind of like, the easiest, I guess, to obtain if you get lucky with those summons. And that's going to be Lady Mikage, and she's going to be really good when you pair her with people that benefit from this A1. So the A1, she does a single target attack, and then a Shadowkin champion will join the attack doing their default skill. So this is really well to be paired with somebody like Michinaki that does an HP burn. He also has a chance to attack when there's a Hex out there and somebody attacks them. Somebody like a Ninja, which most people have, which means there's a chance to land a decreased defense, and also he's going to boost his turn meter. Or one of my favorite ones, Oboro, and if you have a ton of debuffs out there, she basically will do AoE A1s that bring us the decreased defense AoE. So the thing with Oboro is you would like to have 4 debuffs out there so she does it AoE. The one thing that you want to keep in mind is if you have several Shadowkin champions in the team, you don't know which one's gonna pair. So maybe I would not pair as many. Even Harima's a good option. Like she has a chance to keep landing that decreased attack. I mean, not only the fact that she does an amazing A1, but the A2 decreases duration of all enemy buffs and ally debuffs, and then increases duration of all enemy debuffs and ally buffs. So that means pretty much the debuffs that you're going to place out there, they're going to be extended and always on, and then your buffs are going to always be on. And also she has an ally attack with increased attack and increased crit damage. She's just, she's just a unit on her own. Definitely, if you have her, you should be using her in Hydra. Now the next one, this is one that's my one of those ones that it's not as easy to obtain because you have to pull the champions, but one of my favorite ones, which is kind of like the reason why I tried to pull this weekend, was Cardiel plus Sicia, okay? The combo of those two together is so good because of the fact that they kind of complement each other, and it's, for example, for this passive. So whenever an ally attacks, has a 15% chance to team up with them and join their attack. This champion will attack with their default skill, always joins Sicia Flamestongue's attacks if they are on the same team, okay? So the reason why this one's so good is because, well, on his A1, Cardiel always heal all allies by 7.5% of their max HP, which means you're not gonna need any other healer. Not only that, but he brings increased crit rate, crit damage on an ally attack. He also brings block debuffs, revive on death, and a full cleanse, and a speed in all battles. And then when we pair with Sicia, well, Sicia is a monster on her own for Hydra because she brings an AoE HP burn for 3 turns, then she brings an AoE HP burn activation, and then if there's 2 burns out there, she also places AoE weaken and decrease defense out there. Also on the passive increases champion speed. If Cardiel is on the same team, all allies will heal by 3% their max HP from HP burn debuffs instead of receiving damage and losing HP. So basically, if she places HP burn when she does the raid through, she's gonna just heal herself. But I really like that duo, that's why I really want the Cardiel. Hopefully one day I'm gonna get him. Now the next one that's gonna be again a couple of more relatable ones, and in the sense of like you should get them eventually, is gonna be the pairing of Varl the Destroyer, which is an amazing DPS. He brings AoE weaken and AoE decrease attack. He also brings a good hit on this one, good hit on the A1. Plus he keeps scaling his attack and he's gonna do monster damage. So because he only brings like the weaken and the decrease attack, one of the best pairs with him is gonna be kind of same way that we had Estrid, we have Ugo, because Ugo complements him with a decreased defense and the block buff. So if you're looking to get a good pairing where you want somebody like a good DPS that also bring debuffs, Varl's gonna come in clutch in a team alongside Ugo. Now moving down, we have these ones are going to be again some a little bit more variety because you might need to pull the champions. But another good pairing that I still have to rebuild on my account and test out, maybe once I get a +4, but it's going to be Mithrala Lifebane and then paired with Ruel the Huntsmaster, okay? Maybe you do not know yet, I have several videos on my channel about it, you should go check them out, but Ruel the Huntsmaster, when there's Hex out there, he has one of the most hard-hitting AoE hits in the game. Like, it's almost on par with a Seer. Obviously, Seer's Karma Burn keeps scaling up the more buffs you have, but he can hit so hard with this one, so basically having him paired with Mithrala, she does Hex, he does this hit, it's just gonna be some obscene numbers. He also brings the increased accuracy and the Hex himself, okay, just placing it, so it doesn't matter affinity. But also this passive is amazing because he's gonna decrease the speed of all the enemies based on the Hex, and it's a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, 5%, but trust me, it's a lot and it does stack up. And obviously Mithrala, not only does she bring the Hex on the A2, but she also brings the increased attack and the increased defense, which means that with this increased attack, Ruel's gonna hit so much harder. Also, she brings a cleanse, shield, and strengthen. Her kit is just amazing. Again, she's one of the best champions in the game, plus she brings an ally accuracy in all battles. Now, since we're talking about Mithrala, another good pairing with her, because she brings all the good buffs and she also brings that AoE Hex, is another good pairing with her would be with somebody like a Nekmo, okay? Nekmo brings AoE increased speed plus turn meter boost, AoE decreased speed, and AoE leech, and AoE decreased attack. Pretty much most of the buffs that you care about are covered by these two. The only thing that you're gonna have to bring is somebody that brings you some decreased defense, weaken. Maybe you complement the team with Ugo, Varl, and then you can bring 2 other DPS, and then your team is just gonna shine. Like, Nekmo and Mithrala are just perfect in the team. Like I said, they bring all the good buffs that you need, and Hydra's gonna be so much easier if you have those two to pair together. Now, the last one that I want to talk about that's involving Mithrala is going to be Mithrala, because again, she brings the AoE decrease, the AoE Hex. She's really well paired with somebody like Michinaki. Even though Michinaki already brings an AoE Hex on his A3, he can weak hit sometimes. So having somebody like Mithrala in the same team that places the Hex for him makes it so much better, because if there is Hex out there, Michinaki on the A2, he will not only place decreased defense, but he will also place AoE decreased attack, and at the same time on his passive, if there's Hex on the targets, whenever an ally attacks, there's a 50% chance he will team up and do the A1 which is gonna land, has a 60% chance to land the HP burn. So Mithrala plus Michinaki is gonna be again a perfect pairing. Also keep in mind that Mithrala on the A2 that puts the Hex out, she also brings increased defense. And Michinaki being a defense-based champion, he's gonna benefit from that and he's gonna do a ton more damage. And now the last one that I'm gonna talk on the list, this one's not gonna be as relatable, but I just love this pairing because I use it so much in my Brutal team now, because my Nightmare team is the cheese one with Wixwell and Yanaka. This pairing is just amazing, and that's gonna be again the pairing of Lady Mikage that brings increased attack, increased crit damage, and then again extending those buffs and decreasing the duration of debuffs, extending the duration of debuffs on the enemies and decreasing the duration of their buffs. But it's mostly about increasing the duration of the buffs with increased attack and crit damage. If you pair that with somebody, which is what I'm doing, with somebody like a Krisk, you're pretty much gonna have the increased attack, the increased speed, the increased crit damage, the ally protection on pretty much all the time, because Krisk's A2 is on a 3-turn cooldown, Lady Mikage's A2 is on a 3-turn cooldown, so if you get into a right rotation and they don't have too big of a difference between their speeds, you should keep those buffs on all the time. He also brings an A with decreased speed, he brings a decreased defense, decreased attack if he gets hit. He's a unit of his own on Hydra, but like I said, if you pair him with Lady Mikage, you're gonna see some beautiful things going on in Hydra, and like I said, that's something that I'm using. Let me show you in my Brutal team that does full auto 500 million damage. And where is it? Let me see now. Brutal, this one. I haven't changed the name. But this is the team that I'm using. And basically this team does around 500 million full auto on Brutal. And it's just a thing of beauty. But yeah, that's pretty much it on for the list today. Let me know in the comments down below if there's duo that you guys are using, maybe that you think they do so well, that they complement each other so well, they should definitely be built by everybody to be used for Hydra. But for now, we're gonna leave it at this for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.